Bert Kreischer was at the forum, and I was like, holy shit, that's me.
Being broke and struggling to make it as a
You're
comedian.
leading me into the best question I've ever been asked.
Oh my God.
I'm going to overshare, and I apologize
We
to my
love an
daughters.
overshare. Go for it. It's honestly outrageous. What's your ritual?
Everyone get ready to be freaked out.
I love it. I can't wait.
Is it true that Van Wilder is based off of you?
That was the day everything changed. I don't know what her story is, but I'll tell you the real story. This guy talked shit, but he sent it to me, and I was like, that guy. I'm friends with the guy. I've had him on my podcast 2 times.
What did he say about you?
He said,
That's gnarly.
I only hang around motherfuckers.
What's with the Kool-Aid?
Okay, no, I was saying you've come with more goodies and accoutrements and whatever.
I almost brought rosé.
Oh,
You could have brought rosé.
Yeah, I was going to bring rosé because I was thinking about having a drink. So I haven't drank in like, I think it was 11 days. I drank last night and woke up with searing anxiety this morning. And then, but I'm going to Mexico tomorrow. And so I was like, well, I'm going to drink then. And then I was like, oh, I'll bring a bottle of rosé. And then I was like, fuck it. We'll bring Zins and weed.
What do you do when you wake up hungover? Because you know I have a protocol. I want to know yours.
Oh, first thing I do is sun my butthole.
Okay?
Then,
I knew it. I knew it.
no, I have searing anxiety if I'm hungover.
Okay.
Like legit searing anxiety. Today it was bad.
Like
Today
what
was-
goes through your head? Like I really like the real narrative.
I felt like I had fucked up. I felt like I had talked to too many people.
Oh, that's the worst.
I had a moment.
That's the worst one.
There's a guy I met 30 years ago. His name's David Wayne. He's a director. He was in a TV show called The State on MTV back in the 90s. Now, I want to be very specific. And I love David Wayne. Okay, I met him 30 years ago in Greece before I was into stand-up. And I told him I wanted to be a stand-up. And he gave me his phone number. And I called that phone number when I moved to New York, and he took me to my first stand-up show. He brought me to his first stand-up show, Stella. I saw Janine Garofalo, Zach Galifianakis. I saw some of the most brilliant comedy, and that was my first night in New York, and it welcomed me into the scene. And now, 30 years later, I run into a bar last night, and I've done this a few times to him, and I told him, hey, man, it's me. I'm the guy that ran into you in Greece 30 years ago, and let's just put a footnote out there. I'm one of the biggest comedians in the country. Like, isn't that a kind of a cool, like, story? And David Wayne, every time just rolls his eyes, goes, yeah, I know. Like, it's just so non-pulsed by the fucking, I love the kismet of the craziness serendipity. But then he's with Joe Latrulio. Joe Latrulio is a great actor. He was in The State. And I say to him, can you please introduce me to Joe? Because I met Joe in Greece, and Joe gave me what I needed. He was like, dude. And then I started quoting old State bits from 30 fucking years ago, to both of them. And I was like, shut the fuck up. But I woke up embarrassed that I was fanboyed out. Like I woke
You
up
felt
and I
you
was
went
like,
a little too much.
I should have just not said anything.
The funny thing is, though, is everyone's thinking about themselves, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, everyone does think about themselves.
Yeah, so like they probably woke up with anxiety that they said something. Do you know what I mean?
I think there's people like, and I put David Wayne in this group. I know Segura's in this group. They're dead inside. And so they don't really care. Like Tom doesn't care. Like I'm like, he really doesn't care. And it amazes me. What he does care about amazes me because I do care. Like if a celebrity walked in, I would get excited. My heart would race. We ran into Anna Kendrick last night, and I fucking geeked out. I geeked out. Leanne geeked out. Luckily, Anna Kendrick's a cool person. She geeked out because she knew who I was, so it was a fun little energy. But Tom, if he was at a party, he just would be like, who is that? Oh, yeah, Pitch
Do you
Perfect.
really think he doesn't care?
Yeah, he doesn't.
Legitimately doesn't.
He genuinely doesn't.
Is it because he's been I guess you've been around it.
He's not been around famous people.
So like when Rogan has Elon Musk on his show, he doesn't care.
Joe, there's a couple people Joe cares about, like Joe.
Yeah.
But you're talking about Tom. He's talking about Tom.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
but,
It seems
I think
like
the first time I would imagine, and I can't speak for Joe at all, and I would never assume to. There are people that he geeked out. Who did he geek out about? There was one he had one of the, like, I think he had like Keith, maybe
one of the Stones on
one of the Stones on his podcast.
you got it. Tom wouldn't geek out over that.
No, definitely not music. Tom's not into music. Tom geeks out. Okay, Tom would geek out over Daniel Ricciardo.
Like a Formula One guy.
Yeah, or like a football player. Like Shane Gillis geeks out over football players. Like I geek out over the lowest grade of celebrity you could ever imagine.
I kind of like it though.
It's
self-aware.
But here's the deal. I'm also older than both you guys, and I'm older than Tommy and Shane. My celebrity was really hard to come by when I was a kid.
Right.
The biggest celebrity I ever met was Garo Yepremian. Do you know who that is?
No.
He was the place kicker for the Bucks. So,
Okay.
so like I just thought.
What if I came in and was like, I know exactly what that is, just went on a tangent.
Dude, I remember the first time I ever saw myself on a commercial for my TV show on like it just ran, and I went, "Shut! I'm on TV! Like I'm on TV."
That's
that
pretty fucking
still
cool.
blows me away. If I see myself on TV, I go, "Shit!" Like if I see a billboard for myself, I'm doing the Forum May 11th, and we just went to the Forum to see the Eagles, and we're sitting in the Forum Club. By the way, both you guys are invited. I'd love to have you.
I want to go.
And the Forum Club's fucking amazing. I was geeking out over celebrities in the Forum Club because it's all celebrities. I was like, shut the fuck up. But then my picture came up. Bert Kreischer's at the Forum. And I was like, holy shit, that's me. Like, I love it. I don't know. And I know it's not cool and sexy to say because I've read comments. And I know, I don't read them now, but I have read in the past that internet fans don't want you to care about celebrity.
But but the thing is like we just had your wife on, and I told you she killed it, but she really did. And I think after hearing your story and her story and how long it took, this makes a ton of sense. And we were talking about how some people get like internet famous, like that real quick. And who knows how long they stay, but they can't appreciate it as much because they don't, you know what I mean? It's just like all of a sudden something goes viral and you're known and you're like riding this wave, and you don't have, you personally have all of the years and the struggle in the back and like being broke and struggling to make it as a comedian.
You're leading me into the best question I've ever been asked.
Oh my God.
That you don't know what the question is. I'm just going to answer it.
Please do.
So what's fascinating about what you're saying is I'm going to overshare, and I apologize
We
to my
love an
daughters.
overshare. Go for it.
My daughter Georgia said to me, it's so, and we were just skiing, and she said to me in a private moment, it's so good to have you back. And I didn't really, she goes, I missed you. And I was just like, yeah, she's been at college. And then she said it again, like, you've been gone for a while. And so what happened is 2017, I think, is when the machine story went viral. I worked so hard and did not succeed for so long.
When did you start working officially?
When I was on my 26th birthday is the first day I started doing stand-up every night and got a job doing stand-up.
Okay.
My 26th birthday. And at 44, I think, maybe 45, I had my first taste of real success. I had TV shows. No one ever watched them. They never rated. No one ever, like I did Letterman, but yeah, no one ever.
20 years.
Easily 20 years. And then the machine story went viral. I started selling tickets. And what happened is, it's almost like putting a person who's been stranded at sea at a fucking smorgasbord. I ate myself sick. I was like, you cannot get me off the road. You want to offer me a special? Done. You want to offer me a TV show? Done. You want to offer me a movie? Done. I'll say yes to everyone. I'm going to show up on time and I'm going to fucking burn it. You're telling me this year, you want me to do an arena tour. You want me to tour Europe, tour Australia, tour New Zealand, release a movie, release a special, put out a tour, do a fully loaded at sea cruise, do Red Rocks, and then finish the year on an arena tour? Done, no problem. What I didn't realize is that I had blinders on and I was ignoring everything that mattered for my career because I had never had success. And so I thought it's going away. I got to get it all. I was eating it in a panic, in a frenzy. And so I think just recently, and I think you guys ran into me when I wasn't drinking last time we hung out.
Yeah.
You were not drinking.
Yeah, I was not drinking, but I didn't drink for an extended period of time. And I think I slowed down and I started realizing, oh shit, I've been a vacant human. Like I've been there, you from the outside looking in, and for the most part I was around, but like during the pandemic, my special hits, and immediately I'm angsty. Like, what am I, not going to tour during the pandemic? And so my thing's like, create a tour. Everyone else is staying home with their families. I create a drive-in movie theater tour that I get awards for. It's great. It's what you're supposed to do, right? But I leave my family, go out and risk the pandemic, and I'm in a tour bus living with 6 dudes in a bubble for roughly the majority of the pandemic. Did 39 cities. We did 80 shows. Wow. I mean, it was like, but I think when you talk about these kids who get success young as internet famous, a lot of them, I felt, wasted it and would be like, it'll be here forever. This is what I do. I'm famous. I was chosen by the Lord to be famous and successful because I've got the thing. Well, I am hyper aware. I don't got the thing. I don't have it. I never had it. It's a fickle little energy that's out in the universe of why people like you and why people decide that they're a fan of yours. And if you don't appreciate it and give it to them as much as you can, this is how I lived, then you're not appreciating the universe. You're not giving back to the universe. And so I went after it. And now for the first time, I'll do a tour because I'm doing a special in July, but then I'm taking a break, like a real break, like an 8-month break from doing stand-up. And I've never done that. I'm taking a break from doing everything to be try to be a present human being.
So when your daughter says you're back, she means you're not vacant.
I'm not leveraging
Distracted.
my moments with them for content.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to sell tickets. I don't have her holding a there's
goat?
a GoPro or running a drone. I mean, this is how my brain operated. It's one of my favorite promos I've ever done in my entire life. I got really good at promos. Being in control of your own career is the most powerful thing any entertainer can do. That's what these internet kids forget sometimes. And no disrespect to them, but they post and shoot content. They're in charge of their own career. They don't have managers and agents trying to tell them what to do. That's what the paradigm we were in before. But what happens is they do it, and then they just go, I got it. Well, it is a very powerful thing to be a comedian and not to rely on your promoter and to have them say, yo, you're going to do Red Rocks. It's 10,000 seats. Right now, you can only move 5,000, but let's see if you can do it. I loved that challenge. Put me in arenas. I love arenas. You know why? First of all, you can do bottom bowl and make great money. But if you start pulling back curtains, which is where I'm at now, where you're filling out the whole arena, doing Boston Garden to the top, to the ceiling, selling every ticket, you get great money. But I love the challenge. And I would when I was doing clubs, they'd be like, yo, we want to add a Sunday show. I added 2 Sunday shows. And I'd be like, great, I got it. And I was so lost in actually don't do that. It's good money, but I want to come home Sunday and spend time with my family. That what I then would do would be like, hey, everyone outside. I remember this is a true story. I took my family outside. They added 2 Sunday shows. And I said, not a problem. I'll sell those tickets tonight. I got the girls outside. George operated a drone. Isla had the hose. Leanne had a leaf blower. I was in a Speedo. I had the American flag going. Bob Seger reveals me with the American flag and the Speedo, and then my whole family holding all the objects. It's a great promo to Ramblin' Gamblin' Man. And it sold out Sunday in 15 minutes. But I loved having that control. But in that process, I didn't ask if anyone had homework. I didn't ask what bedtime was, what we were doing for dinner. I just was like, I got to move tickets because that pays the bills.
I think what's so cool about you and your wife, it's interesting interviewing you guys back to back, is that you both are incredibly self-aware and hyper-aware of how you are as parents and what you didn't do right and how you could do it better now. It's interesting. A lot of people are just kind of like, I've done everything right. Oh, there's accountability factor.
I did all I could.
Or in my case, and I'm not talking about Tom specifically, but I kind of am. Is like when you talk about like so many parents, like Tom's got a couple nannies, right? And like we didn't have nannies growing up. I mean, we had like one that would come when Leanne was at work, but like we couldn't afford her.
She told us when she came on the show that like you were 9 to 5 until you went, and she told us the whole thing.
And so sometimes when you hear like a parent killing it, that is one of my friends that has a ton of money, I'm like, I bet you are, but are you? Like, and I'm not saying this about Tom, but are you? Are you like the killing it like the dad in Omaha? Who, like that's my whole thing is like, you see sometimes parents who get a lot of opportunities to have nannies and have help and they're like, yeah, I'm killing it as a parent. And you're like, yeah, you are. You definitely are. But you got to realize there are parents that are killing it in different ways. And I always judge myself by that dad in Omaha because we were poor parents. So I was like, I'm super critical of myself.
I think it's so hard to be a parent. I never feel like I'm killing it. It's so hard.
I think.
Full disclaimer: we have nannies, and we still don't feel like we're killing it.
No, and like I also think as a woman, like you're expected to. Sometimes it feels like to stay home. People ask me if I have nannies, but not him. It's a lot.
Oh, it's a lot.
You have to make sacrifices.
Listen, if you are blessed enough to have a nanny, that I can't imagine.
I mean, Leanne was telling us how you'd walk to Trader Joe's with your girls and you would get dinner and you guys would but I mean, I look at that and I'm like, wow, he really showed up. He was a present dad. And then when it's time for you to kickstart your career and press the gas, you had to press the gas. You had to do what you got to do.
That's what I said. But then, everyone's perspective and everyone's hindsight's 20/20 and everyone looks at you and goes, Yeah, but remember when I had my period and then you told the world about it?
Mm.
And you're like, yeah, but it was so good. And you're like, I know that was really weird that I did that, but but it was like, it was so funny. Like, don't you understand
Which
that?
daughter?
Isla.
And is she still mad?
No. She wasn't even mad when it happened. So I filmed, this is my flaw as a parent, I will tell you that. I filmed her entire period party.
Oh, Jesus.
What's a period party? I didn't have a period party.
This is why I talked about it on my Netflix
No
special.
one has a period party. I didn't have a period party. Throw me a fucking period party.
Thank you.
Bitch.
This fucking child was, 12 years old? Called me from school. Was like, yo, it happened. I said, what? She goes, I got my period. And I was like, oh shit. What do you need? Like new clothes, new socks? Did it get in your socks? Like what? I don't know. Like, I don't know anything about period. She goes, no, I'm fine. Mom gave me a go bag, but I need you to go to the store and get a red velvet cake. I was like, what? She goes, I'm throwing a period party tonight. I was like, wait, what the fuck's that? She goes, it's a party to celebrate my period. We're going to name it. We're going to invite a bunch of girls over, but I need you to get all red stuff. So like get Kool-Aid, get pasta, get everything red. And then we're all going to wear red. And then we're going to invite 2 boys. We're not going to tell them why they're there. And so that'll be the fun. We'll laugh.
Funny.
It's really,
She's funny.
Funny.
Oh my gosh.
do you hear that, Isla? That's why I told it.
Yeah.
So like it happens. I go to Conan like 2 nights later.
Uh-oh.
And Conan's like, so what's going on? I'm just bullshitting with Conan. And I said, yeah, fucking dude, Isla, my youngest, threw a period party the other night. And he's like, wait.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you did this on your you did this on Conan.
Hold on. I did it on socials. I put it on socials that night. Like I put it in my stories. Is right when stories were blowing up. I put it in my stories. I then talked about it on Conan, and it went viral, like 20 million views within 24 hours.
Because every girl wants a period party.
Well, okay.
But they don't want Conan to talk about it to 20 million people.
I wouldn't have cared, but I understand some people do care about that.
She saw it and she was like, and you know what's so funny? Someone just told me this. Damon Wayans Jr. had said something to a friend of mine about his dad talking about him jerking off as a kid. And he was like, yo, I'm like fucking 12. Can you not tell my school I jerk off? And so by the way, I don't know. I'm sure that's fine. But Isla, when she saw it on Conan, was like, whoa, do people watch this? And I was like, yeah. She was like, a lot? And I was like, oh yeah. And then she was not cool with it the first night. She was a little worried. And then I was worried. I was like, man, I really fucked up. And then the next day we got emails from people who saw it because it went viral. We got emails from little girls saying, hey, my name's Brenda. I'm writing this for my daughter, Hannah. Thank you so much, Isla, for letting your dad share your story. Hannah got her period last night. I showed her the video, and tonight we're throwing a period party for her, and we just want to let you know we named her period Doug. So like Isla named her period. Like everyone named.
What was Isla's period name?
Jason.
Jason. Okay.
Because she got it on Friday the 13th.
She's creative.
How do you not share this fucking content, right?
She's creative.
As a dad who's in the business of content, in the business of entertainment, how do you not share that story? It's so fucking funny. But then there's been other times like the girls are very hyper aware how social media works. So for Isla's 16th birthday, her whole life, for whatever reason, she said at 16 we get to curse. And I was like, that's not the rule. She goes, no, it's the rule, Dad. At 16 kids can curse.
Did you care if they curse?
I didn't care. They never cursed, but I didn't care. And Leanne just thought it was a funny thing, but I talked about it. So on her 16th birthday, I get a bunch of DMs from fans like, yo, what's Isla's first curse word? So I'm sitting at dinner with Isla and Leanne. We're having a party at our house. I put up the phone. I go, Isla, it's your 16th birthday party. You can start cursing. What's your first curse word going to be? She's eating cake. She looks at Leanne and goes, cunt. And it fucking, I just posted. Vic posts on TikTok. And that night, I'm in bed and Isla comes down to my room. She goes, yo, you got to pull that down. I was like, what? She goes, it's gotten 6 million views. And I was like, hold on, wait, what? It's got, I have tickets to sell. I'm like, for real? I'm like, I should have put fucking tour dates on the end of it. God damn it. Like in my head, right? She's like, no, Dad, I do not want to be the cunt girl. And I said, what do you mean? She goes, what'll happen is people will take that audio like they did with Miranda Cosgrove.
They'll just pull it.
Yeah, and they'll pull it, and then they'll voice over her going cunt, and then she'll be the cunt girl for the rest of her life. So she said, pull it. And so she is right. Let me tell you, I haven't learned because the other day, we were at the beach during the big waves that were here, and Isla got taken by a wave and not swept out to sea.
I saw that. That was so fucking funny.
It has 16.7 million views on Instagram.
Let me see it. I want to pull it up.
It's going viral.
I only
It's
saw
going
your.
viral
I
in
only
Mexico
saw your.
right
She seemed
now.
like she was like a good. Like she didn't seem like she minded that.
No, but that's Isla. Isla's like the coolest. The coolest. If you go to my stories, it's I'm sure it's in there. Here, I'll just show it to you.
Yeah, can I see it?
Yeah. It's literally.
Is she the cunt girl?
No, I pulled it down.
So
Here,
people
this is
didn't
her.
save the audio.
So this is her. Yeah, right.
I saw that when you posted that out.
Oh. And that was on accident, obviously.
Yeah.
Is she mad
She
at
tried
you
to
that you did
outrun the
this?
wave.
It's tried to outrun the wave like any dumb kid. But this child,
Damn, it did go viral.
Wow.
She looks fine.
But she looked happy there.
yeah, but that's
She was happy knowing that he's not going to post it.
No, she ended
She had to
up.
know at this point that you're going to post
Well,
that.
at that point, when I did it, I posted it. She posted it to her Instagram. She's like, "Send me that video. I'm gonna post it." I posted it to her TikTok. She got a burner account. Mine went like insane. The second we posted it, it was like just like you can tell. I can tell Instagram videos if you're getting in the 10,000s by the minute, then you got a good video, and like 10,000 first minute, 20,000 second minute, 30. Then I go, oh, this is gonna track. 2.5 million is like a big video for me usually. That one's 16.7 million right now, and it's been 2 weeks.
Is she mad?
Well,
Too late
I
now.
also learned the hard way. You just don't share how viral it's going anymore.
Yeah, you have to act blasé. That's the whole thing.
What? 16.7?
No,
That's
you should
crazy.
be like, that's it?
That's so weird.
no,
chart in your
you have to
bedroom.
act aloof.
Yeah.
The problem is you get too excited and then they're like, why are you excited? That's a woman.
Yeah.
Let me ask you
You
this.
should just act aloof.
I've always wondered, because post 30, my hangovers feel like the devil's living inside my head. Like it is-
Buddy.
and how do you keep such a heavy pace and party like that? And how are you still alive? Is what I'm like. I mean, I
Yeah.
can't even. If I smell alcohol now post 30, I'm hungover for a week.
Yeah, but you're kind of, you could be a puss about it.
No,
You could be a puss.
Fine.
I mean,
fine, but still, how? Okay,
you're a little,
if you told me like, hey, you can do this, you're gonna have to go on a bender for a week. We talked about this. We're going to bender for a week.
I'm going on a bender starting tomorrow in
Yeah.
Mexico.
I like a good week
Jealous.
bender, but if you tell me I have to do this and then work at the same time for
Yeah.
4 months,
yeah, how do you do that?
No.
That's gnarly.
I don't know.
Because like I can do the
You're
bender,
just built like
but I'm
that.
not working.
No, I'm very punitive. So I wake up with very mean voices in my head telling me what I deserve. And you got what you deserved. And if you listen, man, you want to live this life, that's real cool. But get to the gym right now. Get on the treadmill. You're not going to like it. No one likes it. Hey, you might be having a stroke on the treadmill. We don't know. You asked for it though, buddy. This is your life. And so I just get up and get after it. Like this morning, I woke up with searing anxiety. I was told them I came in. Was that yes? No. Yesterday I came in a bad mood, but
But you don't get headaches and
no headaches. I feel, if anything, smaller. Like I can't see. Like today I got out. I hungover, not super bad, but not feeling great. Made a coffee, took my blood pressure medication, and then I said I need to be outside. And it's very funny you say this, because this morning I got out and I said, fuck. Because when I stopped drinking, I really found gratitude and joy in everything. I saw it and I felt it. And I hadn't felt that in a very long time. I was afraid I lost it when I started drinking again. But then I found out that if you don't drink for one night, that gratitude and joy shows up in a day or two. It shows up. You just got to wait it out. You got to sit through the uncomfortableness of one day of not drinking, and then just it shows up. And so this morning I said, I'm not going to have this day not filled with gratitude. So I put my backpack on and I walked to the office from my house down our street. And I kept going. I said, why do you hate yourself? Why do you hate yourself right now? What is wrong with you? And I said, let's do some affirmations. I said, what do you like about yourself? I go, you're a nice guy. You are a nice guy. You are pretty fucking funny. And then I was like, people like you. If people like you, why can't you like yourself right now? And then a black dude jogging said, the machine, and fist bumped me. And I went, he likes you. You got to do something right. You got to be doing something right. And then on that walk, I changed my mood around entirely. I walked into the office and I was like, fuck yeah, we got a podcast with Julian Edelman. Let's do this. Oh, I can't wait. I'm going down to Skinny. Fuck yeah, this is going to be that. Hey, I get to drink tomorrow. We're going to fucking Mexico. How great is this? Oh, I wonder if I'm getting vape pens to Mexico. Like, I just got really, I changed my narrative in my head this afternoon. The one thing, my dad had surgery yesterday. I go, your dad's still alive? Like, I just pointed out all the things I have to be grateful for. And then I really love trees. Like, I love trees. And I started seeing all the trees on my street. And I was like, God damn it, they've been waiting for you. This whole time, someone planted them and they're just waiting for you to love them. I was like, these trees are fucking awesome.
Have you ever read Louise Hay?
Quick break to talk about one of the most important things you should be doing in your life, in my opinion, and that is taking better care of your dogs with one of our favorite show partners, the Farmer's Dog. This new year, the easiest healthy habit to start is one for your dog. The Farmer's Dog makes feeding real, healthy dog food easy and convenient, and your dog will absolutely love it. Our dogs, ever since they have switched to Farmer's Dog, are feeling happier, healthier, and all around just more energetic. Lauren and I spend so much time thinking about our own personal health, and for some reason, we did not have this light bulb moment to start thinking about taking care of our dogs in a better way. That was until we discovered the Farmer's Dog, who has since become a long-term partner and who we use all the time for our pets. The Farmer's Dog makes and delivers fresh, healthy food right to your door. It's developed by vets, nutritionally balanced, and made from real meat and veggies to the safety standards of human food. It's the best option for dogs of all life stages because it's not kibble, it's not canned goo, it's just real food, real healthy food for your dogs. Why would you not want to give your dogs healthy food like you give yourself? Traditional dry and wet dog food options are highly processed, can use much lower quality ingredients than they claim to, and are extremely difficult to portion accurately. The Farmer's Dog isn't just fresh, higher quality food. They also send the food pre-portioned specifically for your dog. So check it out. It doesn't matter if your dog is young or old. It's always the right time to begin investing in their health. Get 50% off your first box of fresh, healthy food at thefarmersdog.com/skinny. Plus you get free shipping. Just go to thefarmersdog.com/skinny to get 50% off. That's thefarmersdog.com/skinny. Quick break to talk about Armra Colostrum. If you guys have not discovered Armra Colostrum, I have one of life's greatest answers for you. Recently, we had Dr. Sarah Rahal on the show. That was episode number 610, if you didn't hear it, talking all about the root causes of chronic disease, gut health, and how to heal it. And we talked all about colostrum, specifically Armra Colostrum, which she is the founder of. For those of you that don't know what colostrum is the first nutrition we receive in life and contains all of the essential nutrients our bodies need in order to thrive. Lauren and I have been taking Armra Colostrum pretty much every single day since we've talked to Dr. Sarah. Our kids take it. We both take it. We have it morning and night. I put it in smoothies, especially during a time when we're trying to boost our immune systems and seal our gut barriers. Not only just our gut barriers, but basically all the body's barriers, which we talk about in the episode we did with Dr. Sarah. Armra is a proprietary concentrate of bovine colostrum that harnesses over 400 living bioactive nutrients that rebuild the barriers of your body and fuel cellular health for a host of research-backed health benefits. Like I said, we've been taking it pretty much daily. You can take it just straight out of the can in powder form. You can put it in a drink. They have all sorts of different delicious flavors. We travel with them, and they've really become a staple in our routine, especially after we had that conversation with Dr. Sarah and learned all about the benefits of Armra Colostrum. So check it out. We've worked out a special offer for our audience. Receive 15% off your first order. Go to tryarmra.com/skinny or enter skinny to get 15% off your first order. That's tryarmra.com/skinny.
Every single morning, my kids come downstairs and the first thing that they want, even before water, is their vitamin. It's so cute. Towns wants one, Zaza wants one, and they always want Hiya Health. Their vitamins are absolutely amazing. They taste so good. And I know this because I've actually tried them. My daughter is obsessed with the pink and my son likes green because he's having a real moment with the Grinch. So everything's green. I personally like Hiya as a mom because everything's made with zero sugar and zero gummy shit. And it tastes great and it's perfect for picky eaters. It also has vitamin D, B12, C, zinc, folate, and many others to support immunity, energy, brain function, and mood. I also think personally, it's really important as parents, at least to me, to create like little routines and rituals with my kids. And I think this is like a healthy thing that we all do in the morning. Michael takes it on. He tries to be the hero giving the vitamin, but I always try to swoop in there. And I have just found that Hiya Health has the absolute best vitamins for kids. They're non-GMO, they're pediatrician approved, vegan, dairy-free, allergy-free, gelatin-free. and everything you can imagine. We've worked out a special deal with Haya for their best-selling children's vitamin. Receive 50% off your first order. To claim this deal, you must go to hayahealth.com/skinny. You should know this deal is not available on their regular website. Go to HIYAHEALTH.com/skinny and get your kids the full body nourishment they need to grow into healthy adults.
You start with red. No.
Okay, have you ever consumed her content?
I don't know who that
Everything
is.
you said is just so Louise Hay.
I don't know who she is.
I'm going to text you all her stuff. Everything
Please.
you said is her. You literally, the way you talk to yourself is how you come off. Like the way you're talking to yourself is you're basically making your future by your thoughts.
Oh, I believe in what you put out in the universe comes back to you. And I always say the things I want out loud. And I tell you what I want to do out loud, even as foolish as it may sound. Like, I love that. I love that. And when the girls were young, people would say, "How you doing?" And I was working for Travel Channel at the time. Kind of a thankless job. It was good. It was good money. It was really good money, but it wasn't like no one was watching my show. It wasn't getting me anywhere. It was like being a stripper. It was a lot of fun, but I had no future. And I used to tell people, they go, "How you doing?" And I go, "Tired." And then I wondered one day if by me saying tired, if that made me tired. And then I changed it, and people said, "How are you doing?" And I said, "Fucking amazing.
Yep.
I'm having one of the best days of my life." And then I started realizing that permeates and it fills you with having a much better day. And by the way, one of the affirmations I said today is any day you're here is a great day. What the fuck are you doing? Any day you're sitting here is a great fucking day.
She said every mirror you walk by, you should say, "I love you," and look yourself right in the
Why
eye.
do you give me so much shit when I do it? I
Yeah,
never met a mirror.
you just fucking stare at the
I never
mirror
met
and
a
look
mirror
at your
I didn't love in my
hairline.
life.
I know. He will be kissing me in the elevator and the mirror behind the elevator looking at himself as he
I'm
kisses.
affirming myself.
It's
I'm like,
honestly outrageous. You do look in the mirror a lot.
I'm affirming
Okay,
myself.
I'm
well,
going to take it to the next level that will really creep you out.
Can't wait.
So if I'm having a beat up day about myself, I'll go to the mirror and give myself a kiss.
Oh, wow. I like it.
I do it all the
I
time.
like it.
I go in and I go,
I like it.
I
The
say,
thing is-
I like you, buddy. I love you a lot. And I kiss myself on the lips.
I have to. What I try to explain is I have to exercise a lot of demons out of this mind, and if it means I have to look in the mirror or do something weird, like
The other day, he told me, he goes, I was taking a shower looking at my naked body and my hairline. And I'm like, what? Who
That's what I
says
said.
this?
That's
What
what I
did you
said.
say? What did you say?
I said I was looking at my cock. It was hanging.
Yeah.
It was legit.
I told the end of the day, I have a beautiful dick.
I was looking at it and I was like,
I look fucking good. Because when I lost weight, my dick got bigger. And all of a sudden, I'm like looking at this dick and I go, you got to love this.
I'm on the Huberman, what's it called? The Fedosia. And
Oh
the,
my God.
What's it called? What's the stack that he recommends?
I don't know.
Holy shit.
Oh, fuck. What's it called?
We had sex last night
the Fedosia.
on this stuff that Huberman recommends. I was like, what is going on?
What is it? I'm taking it from Mexico.
No, it's not.
No,
that.
it's not that.
Rhinoceros horn?
No.
That
Honestly,
works?
it felt like you were on Viagra.
No, it's a natural stuff. I'm gonna send it to you after this. And it's
Please.
Fedosia. If anyone just searches like Huberman, it's a natural supplement stack.
that it works.
Hold on.
Really?
Momentous makes it. You have to cycle on and off it. But
Yeah.
instead of having to
It
take
feels
like
like
tier,
it's pumping blood.
anyways.
Oh.
But I
By
don't
the
know
way,
how we got on
our
this track.
sex is fucking insane.
We
right
heard
now.
all about it. Tell us about how you guys are dating.
Oh,
Tell
Yeah,
us about the hotel
dating.
room.
Tell us about the car.
Yeah, tell us about the car.
We went deep with her.
oh, that was the day everything changed. That was the day everything changed.
Tell
I don't
us
know,
about the car.
I don't know what her story is, but I'll tell you the real story. I was in the middle of pushing it and grinding it, right? Doing the movie, promoting the movie, doing a whole day of press junkets. I go to the store, I do 3 spots at the store. Leanne's with me, and we go to Saddle Ranch. I love Saddle Ranch. We go to Saddle Ranch for dinner. Have dinner, and we just talk about nothing. I have a couple drinks. Go to the bathroom. She goes to the bathroom. We're getting ready to leave, and as she's walking out, a couple walks into the bathroom, a guy and a girl. She goes, "They're going in to have sex." And I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Can you believe that?" I said, "Yeah, they're young. That's what young people do. They fuck." She was like, "What?" And I said, very casually, I said, "We used to be like that." She's like, "What?" And then Leanne processes. We drive over the hill. We get into the driveway, and she pulls the car under the carport, which is weird. We don't normally park under our carport. I go, "What are you doing?" She's like, "We're still young." And then she takes off all her clothes and fucks my brains out. I'm talking old school Leanne, old school Leanne. When she get real turned on, her lip goes like Elvis, and I honestly, first thought I had was she cheated on me. She's trying to win me back. She's got guilty of something. No one does this for nothing. And from that moment on, she was a brand new person. I mean, brand new person. I said to her last night, I don't know if she shared this with you. I said to her last night, tonight, every time we have sex, but tonight, you do 2 new things that fucking blow my mind. I think I thanked her. I said, thank you for whatever happened to you, because you're doing stuff that you've never done, that is the sexiest thing I've seen every fucking time she does something new. I wish I could tell you in detail what we did, but it was the fucking hottest shit.
Can we get like a new tip? What if people are at home, they need a tangible takeaway? Can we get a tip, like a new thing that she did? We can edit it out if she doesn't want.
No.
Taylor's on the edge of his seat.
No. I'll tell you what she did one time, which this was like one of the things where it started, where
Taylor's literally masturbating right now.
She's never been good at hand jobs. Like, I talked about it on a special. Like, I
hate to break it to you guys, a lot of girls aren't good at hand jobs.
It's not that. It's just the problem is it's never going to be better than your own hand job, because
come on.
I'm pretty good.
Yeah,
you guys are good, and you have a different angle.
I got my 10,000 hours put in.
Yeah.
And so one night,
Malcolm Gladwell expert level.
One night we got on. Well, I was born in January. One night, that's a really deep cut to the Malcolm Gladwell book. Most hockey players are born in January out of Canada, guys. Anyway, so one night we like fool around. I give her an orgasm, and then usually that's how it goes. She has an orgasm, then I have one. I give her an orgasm, and then she doesn't have sex with me. She like pulls guard. I don't know if you do jujitsu. I don't know what the fuck she did. She got like a cross body hold on me of something. My dick in one hand, and by the way, she sucked on my nipple, which she has never done, and I had an orgasm within 5 seconds. And
I'm sucking on your nipple.
I was like, huh. I go, what the fuck did you just do? And it's the different human. And every fucking night, last night she did 2 things new that I've never done with her, and I'm like, I told her, I said, thank you. I don't know what happened to you, but thank you. You're making me. I never talked during sex. My whole life, I never talked during sex, because I was just uncomfortable in sex. I didn't know. I wasn't free. I wasn't genuinely free having sex with people. And I realized the other night, I'm talking dirty, and I love it, and I really enjoy it, but I feel safe enough with her to talk dirty during sex. And I told her, I said, I'm talking during sex. Like, how crazy is that? She's like, yeah, you've really loosened up. I was like, you have shown me a side of you that I never knew was there, that I feel safe trying things. I've tried things with her that I've never tried with anybody. And I'm like, and by the way, we've been married 20 fucking years, and this just showed up. It's almost like I got a girlfriend while still having a wife, because I get to have sex with this fucking wildcat who is like, honestly, game for anything.
She told us that she talked to a friend of yours.
Yeah.
And they said you got to start dating. Like, you had to do the things you would do.
Not date night.
Not date night, but dating. Like, you would
buy lingerie, shave your toes.
Huh?
Girls shave their toes.
Yeah. Shave your mustache. She went to Vietnam with her friends, and her friend Shiva shared with her, I date my husband. And Leanne's like, we're married. Yeah, we date. We go out on dates. And she's like, no, I date him like we plan things out. And what's funny is I sometimes forget we're dating. And like last night, we went to a premiere party or whatever, and I get very uncomfortable. So I just go, I'm going to just beeline in. And she was like, yo, I'm your wife. We're dating. Slow down. Hold my hand. I'm in heels. Be my wife. Be my husband. Be my boyfriend. And I was like, oh, that's right. If I was not dating if I was single and I was brought a girl to this, there's no way I would have been like, you find your way in. I'm going to fucking find the bar. But
you guys do get a little rusty and lazy as you get on.
I think everybody gets a little rusty and lazy.
I was not rusty last night. In fact, I'm going to give myself a 10 out of 10 Leanne style last night. Don't.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
When was the last time you tried something new?
Last night. Maybe. I'm telling you, that mixture, whatever Andrew Huberman's telling the guys to take, I'm telling you. We
had a guy on the podcast. You got to write a handwritten note to some, like, people have. I'm just going to write Andrew a note. Like, here, Andrew, thank you so much for my new testosterone
texting him
stat.
right now.
Say what's that testosterone mixture? It's like it's not TRT. It's like a
no because like,
hey, what's the cocktail you have for sex? Everyone's talking about it, and I need to start taking
Andrew,
it.
Tell him the Skinny
cocktail.
Confidential approves. It's been actually tested now, like a hamster.
Hey, Momentous makes it.
Well,
Momentous.com/skinny. There you go, free one. Now everyone's gonna go get it. See, because that's the ad. It's like, okay. Is it true, really true, that Van Wilder is based off of you?
Yeah, but I don't really there's no way to really prove it, but yeah, like I've been told by people that worked on the movie that my article was the inspiration.
Okay, so they're like, this guy's just partying his face off.
Yeah.
And so how do you even get an article? Like okay.
How does that happen?
How does somebody write it? Because we know a lot of people that party, but how do you get somebody to go like, this guy really parties?
Well, I think.
What were you doing?
Let's put a new Zen in. That's a good question. We put that there.
I've never seen this Zen. What do you just walk through what you're doing really quick?
It's
what
nicotine,
is it?
Right? Just straight
it's nicotine. Andrew Huberman approves.
He approves.
I love fucking nicotine.
Oh, I love
Try
it.
one.
I love it so much.
Try one.
Well, I haven't done. So if I
Try
haven't done one, I was just gonna am I gonna go fucking?
Here, start with a Rogue.
What's the difference between a Rogue?
They're
and
a little softer and they're sweeter. They taste better.
Just put it under the lip.
Just put it in your lip. And you can swallow, but don't swallow the Zen. But just sit with it.
What's the Zen? The
Yeah,
packet?
or the packet.
Sure.
Don't swallow the packet, but just
you can swallow the thing.
You can swallow the.
It looks like you guys are smuggling cocaine in your lip, though.
It's so sexy.
But so you don't have to worry about the tobacco.
No, it's just nicotine. It delivers nicotine. Nicotine's a stimulant, and you definitely feel. It's the best feeling.
By
in
the
the
way,
world.
that cigar you gave me last time was so goddamn good.
Good. I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah.
Wait, what does nicotine feel like? I'm not a smoker. I don't understand.
It'll make you a little dizzy or a little tingly, but you fire hot. Like your brain kind of wakes up.
And it's good for you?
Well, Huberman said so.
I think nicotine for using it for focus and stuff like that is probably pretty good.
Let me try one of those. Can I try one?
Yeah.
You want to try one, Taylor? No. Have you tried one? Should I be scared?
No, just definitely they can be.
Yeah, you'll be fine. It's a Rogue. They're not that bad. Yeah.
I used to hit nicotine pretty hard, so I'm wondering.
What
if
do
I
you
need
do?
to upgrade
It just goes under?
It just hangs out, and let it activate. Your saliva will get it. Have a sip of water, and then all of a sudden
I don't think I can
it.
do the whole thing. I think I'll be too sensitive, right?
No. You might love it.
I feel like you look really kind of strange with it.
No, you look really cool. You look like a Swedish chick.
Why? What is the Swedish?
Chicks.
Get it in there.
Swedish
Tuck it in.
chicks
Tuck it in.
loves these.
Suck it in deep.
Yeah, Swedish
Okay,
chicks
so you're
love them.
partying and somebody's just like, I got to write an article on this guy's party antics.
So, Rolling Stone magazine wanted to write an article about Florida State. Florida State was the #1 party school in the country. And they wanted to write an article about the college. So they called 4 or 5 people, said, "Yo, we want to write an article about your school. Is there someone that would show us around that knows a diverse group of people, not just their friends?" All of them said Bert. I happen to have partied with all of them the night before. 2 of them thought I was prank calling them.
Wait, what does partying look like though for you? Is it it must be on crack? And
No, it was just I was a large personality. I drank, I had a good time, but I was the fun guy at the bar. I was original fun, not hacky fun, doing that guy, was the sprinkler dance or whatever. No, I'm starting the lawnmower. I didn't have those jokes. I had I was a fun guy. I was a really fun guy. Tennessee Street would be packed, bars would be out, and I'd climb up to the top of a telephone pole and yell, "I'm having a post party at my house. I have weed and I have mushrooms." And cops would be like this, and I'd be like, "Do not tell the cops where I live. You know where I live. If you don't ask someone, they'll tell you, but do not tell the cops. I have a lot of drugs at my house." And the cops would be like, "Hold on, where do you live?" And I'd be like, "I'm not telling you." And so I was fun. I would plan parties. I planned a party called Unga Gunga Balunga, where it was a big party that we would go to a sorority house and at dinner and tell them there's a party in 2 hours. I still do that. I mean, I'm doing a Call and Sick to Work show in Austin on Winston Churchill's birthday. So I'll dress.
When?
I celebrate, or it's the day he died. I celebrate January 24th. I celebrate Winston Churchill's the day he died every
Just
year.
randomly or just?
I'm a
you just
big
love-
Winston
It's
Churchill.
in
fan.
Austin. I want to come.
It's in Austin. It's at Joe's Club. It's sold out in like 5 minutes.
We've still never been there, but I heard it's incredible.
It's amazing. But I wake up, I have breakfast the way Winston Churchill. I love to eventize life. Okay. So I wake up.
In the bath.
I
or something?
have, I spend roughly 2 hours in bed with a meal prepared the way Winston Churchill had, ham, bacon, 2 eggs over sunny side up, toast, jam, coffee, a soft scotch, and a cigar. And I read the paper and I sit in there, and then I go take a bath for another hour, and I have another cigar and have another cocktail, and then I drink champagne at lunch, and I have some cognac at the end of lunch, and I just celebrate the way Winston Churchill does. And so when it comes to partying and the way I look at this business or my brand, for lack of better words, I like to throw cool parties. I think my fans trust me to throw fun things that makes their life fun. So for Winston Churchill, we're all going to go to Joe's Club at noon. Everyone's calling in sick to work. No one's showing up at work that day. And they're planning it out. And then we will start drinking hard at noon. I'm dressing like Winston Churchill. I have a pinstripe old suit with a...
You know his favorite colors.
No.
Hatch has absolutely changed my sleep, but not only my sleep, it's made me not get a divorce. Let me explain. Michael used to wake up to this like loud, blaring Succession theme song on his phone, and I have put him on the Hatch Restore. Basically, it's a device that teaches your body when it's time to sleep or wake up with nighttime and morning routines so you can prioritize rest. I am obsessed with my Hatch. The way it puts me to bed is so relaxing. It's like a little red light, and it like talks to you in this meditative voice. It's so calming. And then it wakes you up slowly to like a different light that's meant to wake your body up, but it wakes you up like a cat. So it's not super jarring. I am so in love with this. I could not live without it. It's by my bed. People ask me all the time what I use as an alarm, and it is a Hatch Restore. The way it wakes you up is just the best, and the way it winds you down is the best too. You should also know the Hatch Plus has access to exclusive content like Pillow Talk. It's a new audio series designed to entertain you to sleep. Pillow Talk helps you wind down with the types of TV shows you love, from true crime to sports, but without the screens that hurt healthy rest. Right now, Hatch is offering our listeners $20 off your purchase of the Hatch Restore and free shipping at hatch.co/skinny. Visit hatch.co/skinny to get $20 off and free shipping. That's hatch.co/skinny. Every single day after I work out, I go home. I'll do 2 scoops of protein. The protein that I've been using is by Clean Simple Eats. I personally like this protein powder because it's just that. It's clean and simple, and their protein is always grass-fed with no seed oils. You got to be careful of those seed oils in protein powders. This one has none. It also has no artificial ingredients. It's third-party tested. It's non-GMO and gluten-free. So I'll come home. I'll do my 2 scoops. I'll put some fiber powder in there. I will froth it up with a frother. This protein powder that I have, and I really like the Simply Vanilla, has no chalky texture. I do not like chalky protein. Like, I just don't like it. I also really like grass-fed, like I said, and this one hits all the things. If you're not a fan of Simply Vanilla and you want something else, they have 26 delicious all-natural flavors. You really can't go wrong. I've tried a lot of them. I'm personally just a vanilla fan, but they have unique flavors like cookies and cream, caramel toffee, strawberry cheesecake, and even cinnamon roll. I even got my daughter to do protein water. She calls it vanilla water or chocolate water, and she does it over ice and water. I froth it up, and she loves it. They have a code for you. You can visit cleansimpleeats.com and use code SKINNY10 at checkout. You get 10% off your order. That's cleansimpleeats.com, code SKINNY10 for 10% off all orders.
This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform for entrepreneurs to stand out and succeed online. Whether you're just starting out or managing a growing brand, Squarespace makes it easy to create a beautiful website, engage with your audience, and sell anything from products to content to time, all in one place, all on your own terms. Lauren and I are absolute fanatics about owning your own online brand and presence, whether that be a personal brand, an online store, a blog, a newsletter, whatever it may be. Owning your own IP, owning your own product, owning your own trademark and name online is so important, which is why we love Squarespace so much. Long gone are the difficult days of trying to create your own website, trying to figure out 18 different people to hire with huge costs. I remember those days, they were miserable. If you have a product and you're ready to sell it, they can help you create an online store so that you can sell your products easily and readily to all of the customers you may have. You can also create a video collection, host your content, organize your video library. You can create email campaigns and drive a subscriber list all to your content website. If you want to create a blog, you can do it there. And what I love most is they also have an analytics tool where you can use insights to grow your business, learn where your site visits and sales are coming from, and analyze which channels are most effective. So head to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to www.squarespace.com/skinny to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Again, that's squarespace.com/skinny for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain using code skinny. Enjoy.
Pink and brown.
I didn't know that.
We need to get you some pink.
Oh, please. I'll have a pink little pocket corsage.
Yeah.
But I love to eventize life. And so in college, I would just eventize things. I would make things fun. I would make things fun for my friends and for a lot of people I didn't know. And so I think I got known as that guy, as like I was funny, I was fun, I was loose, I knew a lot of people. And so they came to Florida State, they stayed with me for a week. And at the end of the week, he wrote an article based on the college. And I think the editor of Rolling Stone, Jan Werner, said, just make it about this kid. Like, this kid seems funny. Let's just make it about this kid. Call him the number one party animal in the country.
So the number one party school.
At the number one, it took Bert Kreischer 6.5 years to become the man he is today, the number one party animal at the number one party school in the nation. And it was, I mean, this is what a meathead I am. When I read that, I cried. I was like, he knows me. He gets me. And so Oliver Stone's company optioned the rights to my life. I tried stand up for the first time, and then I moved to New York and started doing stand up. And that was like kind of my introduction. I always look at like guys like Tommy so enviously that they had the balls to try it with no major publication behind them. You know, because I tried it when everyone's like, you should try it. But most comics just try it when no one says they should try it. And that's like the majority of comics.
What is the hardest thing about starting as a comic? I was talking to your wife. I said, I think it's the hardest form of art form because we can like shoot the shit here and do this. You can write a book or an art, but you're just doing it in your own kind of protected environment.
Can I just ask what I'm supposed to do with this really quick?
Just sit there.
You just sit there.
Relax.
Yeah.
I'm not used to having something in my mouth and just sitting here. So I just sit here and just let it dissolve.
Yeah.
And then what? You pull it out?
Yeah, you pull it out when you.
But how do you know when it's dissolved?
No, you'll start tasting the flavor. Do you taste the flavor?
Yeah,
yet?
it tastes like a little. It tastes like a cigarette.
It tastes like.
I'm really sensitive to cigarettes. Little underlying.
Listen,
No, I
she doesn't
swear.
know how to smoke cigarettes.
It does. It tastes like a little undertone of a Capri.
Oh, I love Capris.
Yeah, it's just a little bit.
It doesn't taste
Yeah.
anything like cigarettes.
Wait,
No.
so what does it taste like?
Cherry.
Cherry cigarette.
I don't like cherry cigarettes. You're smoking cigarettes with Cat
Wait,
Williams.
so how do you know when to take it out?
When you're done.
When you're done.
How do you know when you're done?
When you start feeling like you're like, I think I'm done with this, or I don't feel the feeling anymore.
What's it supposed to feel like?
You should just feel a little bit like
Yeah,
like-
a little loose.
a little bit like head buzz, a little bit, little like.
I don't know. I feel it.
Well,
I think you feel it. You're talking
I
about.
bet you feel it.
Yeah.
I feel it.
Is that one you can swallow?
you can swallow it.
Can I try one then?
Yes.
Why? Wait, hold on. Because you can swallow it, you want to try it?
Yeah,
What's?
those ones that you can't swallow?
But you just told me I can't swallow. You
No,
said
this
to
one
take
you
it.
can swallow it.
Okay.
You don't swallow the actual thing.
No.
Did you
Just
swallow
swallow
the
it?
thing?
No.
Okay.
I was like, oh.
It's right
Don't
here.
swallow the pouch.
What do you mean
swallow
don't
the pouch.
swallow what?
You can swallow your
Don't swallow the pouch,
saliva.
you swallow the saliva, but there's other ones that
You have to spit.
You're supposed to spit it out.
It's kind of interesting. No, it doesn't make it. Just kind of relaxes you. Wait, I just have one more question before you answer that question. So, how long though is it typically in your mouth?
30 minutes.
Oh, so it's a long time.
Yeah.
I'm not taking it
It's
out.
a slow release of nicotine into your blood system. And you should feel it. If you're not feeling it right now, you'll feel it in 30 seconds. But it should just feel like a little light, a little loose, a little lightheaded, like a little bit of a buzz. This with a coffee in the morning is like Journal Central.
Journal Central.
Where you start writing all your thoughts.
Huh.
You're like, I am afraid of hate. And then you'll write a page about hate. And then you're like, wow, that was fucking deep.
So it's like a little.
It's a stimulant.
It's
If I have this, I'll talk even more.
No. Don't.
I'll be like,
I can't take it.
I'll be ready to
Go
go.
ahead and answer the question. I'm
I
going
don't
to sit
remember
here
the
for
question.
30
No, the question I was saying is like when you're starting out, because I
Oh,
think
yeah.
it's so like,
Can you take a sip of water?
Yeah, of course.
and you're
You could
okay.
take a sip of water.
I guess maybe there's some people that start out. I don't know, maybe not. Are you all right over there? There's some people that maybe start and they just like fucking kill it right away. But for those that don't, I was telling your wife, I feel like this particular occupation washes so many talented people out because it's so hard to get through all the shit.
More non-talented, probably.
Sure, but I'm saying even talented people that just like they can't get the break and just
Oh, I said we were in somewhere in the South and I saw a Comedy Zone, which is one of the chains of clubs. And I thought to myself, I was doing the arena there and I thought, I can't believe I made it through this system because it's so tough. When you think of all the hurdles that are set in place for you to trip on, hot waitresses who want to party. So you end up cheating on their wife and then fucking their marriage up. And then that becomes their narrative where they have a fucked up home life or drugs and alcohol and especially alcohol with me. I'm a big drinker. The fact that I didn't let alcohol dictate my future and I dictated it, or you get club managers who give you bad advice or no one wants to see you succeed. They, for the most part, they're more comfortable with you just doing well and kind of being a mid-level comic if you're in the club level because they get to keep you. Or just the pitfalls I didn't land in, I was shocked. And I thought to myself in a moment of clarity, I feel bad for any comedian starting right now because it's so fucking hard. It's so hard. There's so much rejection that you become more comfortable with the rejection than you do success. And a lot of people will undermine their success because rejection's like a nice warm blanket at the end of the night. That you go, fuck it. No one likes me. I like me. I'm going to watch TV. Let's put on Game of Thrones. Fuck that. I don't need to do a spot tonight. So that, yeah, it's really tough.
How did you not get distracted by waitresses throwing yourself? Like, how do you do that? How do you compartmentalize that? Because it seems like you have a really good relationship with your wife. How did you not let that be a distraction?
Well, number one, this is the wrong verbiage, but it's the only word I can think to say. I'm not a big pussy guy. Like, I watch dudes throw away their careers to pussy, meaning
I get it.
hot chicks show up in the front row and then their act is set so that those girls like it and then they can get laid at the end of the night. I just told this to someone today.
Is it like the guy that like, okay, I feel like if you and I went out together, we could just go out and have a fucking great time. But some guys you go out and like they are chasing women the whole night.
I'm not that guy.
Yeah,
I'm not. I definitely will. I will never say, "Did you see her?" I'm not that guy. And I actually have friends like that, and I'm always like, "Why the fuck? What
But
are
some
you
guys
doing?"
base their whole night about like that's the end. That's the goal of the night.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not gay. If a chick comes by in a white shirt with no bra, I'm gonna be like, "Okay, I saw that." But like, I'm not the guy looking for it for the most part. Any time that there was ever anything questionable with any girl at a club, like I had one time, I've told this before, but more importantly, I've told it to Leanne. There was a girl who was very, very pretty, and I don't know how, she came to my show, my Thursday show, and then she showed up at my Saturday show, and we go to the bar Copper Blues at the end of the night, and she's like sitting next to me, and I'm a little oblivious to it, but it is nice to have a pretty girl sitting next to you and a girl giving you attention, especially when you're married with 2 kids. It feels nice. I don't think I led into it, but at one point I said, I'm going to bed. She said, we should get high. I was like, I'd love to get high. She was like, let's go to your room. And I was like, oh, I don't do that. She was like, why? And I was like, I don't let girls come to my room. She was like, well, we're just going to get high. And I went, yeah, but that doesn't lead to anything good. And if my wife went to a room with another man, doesn't matter if anything happened. I'm going to think it happened, and I don't want to put my wife in that situation. She said, oh, don't be such a pussy. Come on. I'm not going to try to fuck you. I know you're married. Let's just go to your room and get high. And I went, I told you already, I can't do that. And so I went to the green room. Then she followed me into the green room. And the manager, Casey, was like, and that's the other thing. It's like, in a weird way, all the guys I've ever been around know who I am. And they would never let me get into that situation. And Casey was like, hey, he told you he's going home by himself. I'm going to walk you out right now. And he grabbed her and she was like, you're making this weird. And he's like, no, you're making this weird. He's asked you to leave. He's married. He's going home by himself. And he walked her out of the club. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. Because and then I texted Leanne immediately. I sent a picture of her to Leanne. I was like, just so you know, that's what I could have fucked. And so, but I've had a couple times like that. Where it does feel nice to get attention from a beautiful girl, but I don't know. I'm also really not great at sex, and I'm not a good first kiss guy. So all those fucking things they're like things I don't want to deal with anyway.
I think sex gets better the more you have it with the same person.
I 100% agree, and I'm not good first time. Like I'm a brand new door-to-door salesman.
I'm gonna do a little public service announcement. No one's good first time with guys.
I wish I had heard that in college.
Like I want to just like it takes a while to develop.
Yeah.
The first time is like not the move. You got to get through the first time.
I've only been with 6 women, so like I've only had sex. I think with. I'm trying to think. I got. Yeah, this chick from Liverpool I had sex with on a not one night stand. I knew her 2 nights. I think she only had sex with me so she had a place to stay.
Oh God, that's kind of dark.
Her and her sister, they were traveling and they wanted to stay at my place. And I was like, cool. And I was partying with them. We were going to Great Adventure the next day, and or we went that afternoon. We went to Great Adventure and we came back and they needed a place. So I was like, stay on my couch. And she came into my room. What's interesting about this story, the best part of the story is that she smoked Newports and drank Cavassier.
Oh, wow.
And so as I had sex with her, I thought, this is what it would smell like to fuck Tupac. Like that's I couldn't get too. And she was tongue-tied.
You've only had sex with 6 people.
Women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's surprising that the movie Van Wilder is based off him and he's had sex with 6 people.
We got to sex it up.
I'm not.
You got to be feeling this now.
I'm feeling it a little bit.
I'm not a sex guy. Like you know what I am? And this sounds like it's scripted for branding purposes.
I love it. Go.
I was the guy in college hoping to find the girl that got me. Like I wanted the girl who was like, do you want to just go get a pizza?
But jokes aside, I think that's everybody. They just don't admit it.
I was aware of it. Like I remember one girl wanted to have sex with me. We were at a club in Tallahassee. And she said to me, it's over summer too. So like summer sex was like easy to get. Every girlfriend I ever got was during summer. Well, it was only one. It was Kristen. But because it was a smaller community. So like you get to know people better. And she said to me, let's just go back to your house and have sex. And I went, no. And she was like, why? And I go, because if you're saying that to me, how many people do you say that to? And she was like, does it matter? And I was like, kinda. Because I don't want you to say that to someone tomorrow night that's not me. Like I want you to say that to me all the time. She was like,
so you're like monogamous.
Hardcore.
Really?
We've been together
Hardcore.
now. How many years have you
I
been
mean, I
married
knew
now?
you're monogamous with your wife, obviously, but I'm just saying, before that, you're monogamous.
No, hardcore.
You know what?
It's a fear of disease mostly.
I have a guy friend that loves fucking anything and everything. He wants to fuck anything he can possibly fuck. We'll be out to eat. He's looking to like he wants to fuck everything.
Yeah.
And he admitted to me the other night that it's because he wants to feel desired. It's not even about fucking. It's that he wants to feel desired by a bunch of different women.
Huh. I don't care. I just want one.
But it's interesting. I know, and he told me it's an insecurity. So it's you both must not have that insecure void.
No, I'm filled with insecurity.
But it might not. It's not that insecurity.
No, I don't have that one.
Were you close with your mom?
Yeah.
Good relationship.
When I lost my virginity, I told her.
Did she baby you when you were little?
No.
Not at all.
No, but I was her poet. Like she was.
You were her poet. What does that mean?
She just. Like my dad wasn't like, what are you doing, piercing your ear and growing your hair long? And my mom's like, it's Bert. He's my little poet. He's a creative. And she was very supportive, very like, she was a ride or die for me. She still is. Yeah.
What does she think when she sees you now? Is she like so proud of you?
Yeah, I think they both are. But I think they have my dad has a hard time wrapping his head around it. So like we do this thing called private suite when we fly. It's a different entrance to the airport. I did it mostly because of the pandemic, because we were flying during a bubble, so it was easy for me to compartmentalize my group, not have them at the airport, have them at this thing, get us to you could take a car onto the tarmac, yep, enter the plane, and then we were in a bubble, mostly first class, and then it was a safe way, and then I kind of fell in love with it. and it took a lot of stress out of traveling for me, like a lot. Like I used to stress about when we left, and now I don't have it at all. And so I started flying my parents through private suite, and my dad just is like, buddy, it's too much. And I was like, no, it's fine. I totally can afford it. He's like, I don't want you to spend that much money. And I was like, the other day I sent him my net worth, and he was like, what the fuck is this? And I was like, it's you knowing I don't care about private suite for you. Like, but he has a hard time. The most money he ever made probably was like $1.5 million a year, which is a lot of fucking money.
Sure.
It was, by the way, I thought it would be my inheritance. And like, he sold his company. Well, I don't know. I mean, he'd be livid if he knew I was telling you his numbers, but like, and by the way, he'd be like, first of all, for 1.75. But like, so he's concerned constantly about money but like, even like he just got his hip replaced and they rolled him in, and the guy who sold the fake hip to him was in there, Chris Quinn. He's my friend, but everyone in the operating room was like, you're Bert Kreischer's dad. And my dad's like, what fucking world am I living in? But it's also Tampa. So I grew up in Tampa. So I know everyone in Tampa, but like my parents have a hard time, really hard time understanding what it is. Like I did the Amalie Arena in Tampa. It was sold out, but I got my parents a box. But I also had some other people I wanted to put in the box, like I think Mike Allstott, who played for the Bucks, and Wade Boggs. Wade Boggs is a big baseball player. When we grew up, he was like the Tampa hero. My dad calls me from the box. I'm backstage, and he goes, hey, buddy, fucking Wade Boggs is in my box. And I went, yeah, I know. I put him there. He goes, do you think he knows who you are? I go, yeah, he's at my show. And he's like, no, do you think he knows? Do you think he's here because of you? I go, Dad, I'm the only one on stage. He definitely knows who I am. And he's like, shut up. And then my dad got backstage, and Derek Brooks, who played for the Bucks, played for Florida State, comes backstage, and my dad's like, you know Derek Brooks? And I was like, no. I just met him too, Dad. And he goes, so he knows who you are? And I'm like, yeah, he just gave me a jersey. Like, yeah, he does. And then Derek Brooks says to my dad, it's crazy seeing his growth from where he started. My dad goes, what? And Derek Brooks goes, I was at his first show at Potbelly's like 24 years ago. And it's crazy to see him grow from there to now playing arenas. And my dad, and Derek Brooks leaves, and my dad goes, buddy, he knows your name. And I'm like, yeah, Dad, like.
Well, he's just looking at you like you're his son.
Yeah, like.
It's probably a total mindfuck.
It's sweet. What happens to you with all of the friends that you had to now? Like, how do you manage? Because there's got to be friends that have
Well, it sounds like
fallen
some
off,
have come
that
up, but
that'll be
some-
jealous. There's got to be friends that have come up with you. There's got to be friends that still know you. How does it work with your friends?
So what's interesting is that all my friends I grew up with are proud of me. Like all my boys in Tampa, Tallahassee, they're all proud of me, but they still know me as me, and they bust my balls. So there's no like, they don't give a fuck that I'm famous. Like they think it's funny. They think it's cool. They think it's interesting. They think it's bizarre, but like they don't, none of them are like, none of my friends I grew up with really give a fuck about fame per se. Comedy is interesting, and I think I'm lucky in this sense in that I was the loser not loser, but I wasn't the guy getting specials and doing big things in comedy. I was doing television shows, but until I was 44, I was the guy at the store that people would look over my shoulder and see who's coming behind me. And I was aware of my place in comedy, and I was cool with it. I understood that's where I am, and I have to be able to like this to love this job. And then when I got famous, I noticed, not even famous, when I got successful and started selling tickets and got a tour bus and started flying private, I have had backlash where people that were my friends, I've heard them talk shit about me on podcasts, or behind my back, people have been like, yo, ... Or like Rogan texted me the other day. Some guy was talking shit about me on a podcast, and Rogan texted to me. He goes, yo, he's not your boy. And I was like,
he pays attention to that stuff.
Joe's hyper aware of weird concentric circles. Like
Bad
he
energy.
doesn't care about him. He doesn't care about like
He's looking
people
out for
talking
you.
shit. He cares about his boys, and like, just giving you a heads up. This guy talks shit about. He sent it to me, and I was like, fuck that guy. And the guy, I'm friends with the guy. I've had him on my podcast 3 times.
Just because
I've been on his podcast twice.
Is it just
What
because
did he say about you? I'm mad.
He said Netflix has ruined comedy. It's not what it used to be, and now you got these guys doing these arena tours where they're not that funny and they're drunk as fuck on stage, and they should call their tour the that was okay tour. And I was like, first of all,
But he's projecting his own insecurities.
oh yeah, he's done that his whole career. If I said his name, you'd go, oh, that makes sense. It tracks.
What does it rhyme with?
Just edit that out. And so, but you just gotta be cool with it. I've lost a couple friends to people, like, when you get success, they say fucked up shit to you, like, where you're like, it's funny too, but I was just talking to Tommy about this, is like, what's funny about it is, like, I celebrated their success. Like, I love to watch them succeed. I did.
That's what's interesting is it was slower for you. So you were able to watch all these people succeed. And now that you're in this position, that's why it's
that saying,
interesting.
Like, everybody's happy for you until you get past them.
Yeah. I mean,
like,
when I was forced, maybe it wasn't natural, but I was forced to learn a behavior where when people succeeded, me hating them did not benefit me. Me being frustrated at their success had no direct effect on my success. I wasn't about to get successful because I could shit on them. And so the very first person I knew to get, like, legit fucking famous, who was like a friend, was Dane. And the day, yeah. And the day my dad sent me the USA Today article that said Dane Cook, the #1 selling comic in the world ever, or whatever. It was like a really big, my dad's like, buddy, do you know him? I was forced to decide what kind of, and this has happened a number of times. Who am I? Am I the guy that's going to sit and stew that that's not me? Or do I call Dane and tell him, hey man, my dad just sent me this. This is really cool, dude. Congratulations. And then Dane gets to go, hey, thank you. That means a lot. And I haven't had any calls about it today. And then you're like, oh, that's right. Because so many people are just stewing that they're not Dane. Tommy, this is my favorite story that I know I've overtold, but it's worth telling.
Tell every story.
Tommy, we were supposed to do Funny or Die.
Who is Tommy? You keep
Tom
saying
Segura. Tom Segura.
Okay. Sorry, I need the last names.
Tom Segura is my best friend. He and I became friends when he was a host and I was a feature. Now, I'm above him in that pecking order. And I always was the feature and he was the host, or I was the headliner and he was the feature. And then he starts headlining, I'm headlining, and we do some shows together, but we're both headliners. But I am older than him. I'm older than him, and I'm more accomplished than him technically. I'm doing television. And then Tommy gets a Netflix special right at the right when Netflix, and it's a great Netflix. Mostly Stories is one of his best specials. And he blows up. He starts doing theaters. And I know he's doing theaters, but I'm doing clubs. But I don't look at it as like he's better than me. I look at it as I can get advice from a guy I trust. And then one night, I'm supposed to do this Funny or Die tour. Is called Oddball. I'm signed on to host and do like some hosting gigs. I'm getting paid $2,000 a week, and I got to fly myself and put myself up. But it's a great opportunity. You're working with Fluffy, Sebastian, Dane was on it, Tommy was on it, Joey was on it. I think Sarah was going to be on, like all these great names. So I'm getting to hang with great talent. So that's, for me, it's worth it. Well, at the last minute, I cancel all my dates. From September to December so that I can do this tour. They call me like right before September and they're like, yeah, we're not going to use you. And I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, it's just, we're going to save money and we're just not going to go with the host. So we're sorry. And so now I have no dates for 3 months, 4 months. And I call Tommy. I'm sitting in I love the small details of a story. I don't know why, but
so, I'm came to the right podcast. Give us all the small details. I'm
in my man cave. I'm getting ready to get on the treadmill. I'm in running shorts, no shirt, and I have my cell phone, and I call Tommy to tell him I'm not doing the tour. And I have the phone like this, 444. And so he says, I said, I'm not doing Oddball. And he said, what? I said, yeah, they pulled me off some of the dates. He's like, are you fucking serious? I go, yeah. He goes, God damn it, that's a lot of money to lose. And I said, well, it's only like, really, it's only like 16,000, I think. And he was like, oh, that's what you're getting paid per show? And I went, no. I'm for all my dates, I'm getting 2,000 a show. And he went, hold on, no, 2,000 a week. And he goes, wait, hold on, you mean 2,000? Wait, hold on, what? I said, yeah, I'm only making 2,000 a week for these gigs. And he goes, but you have that number wrong. And I went, no, I know my rate. I said, wait, what are you getting paid? And he says, I don't want to tell you. I said, why? And he goes, well, I'm afraid it's going to fuck up our friendship. I go, wait, are you getting paid more than $2,000? And he goes, yeah. I said, per week? And he goes, yeah. I said, wait, how much are you making? And he goes, I don't know. Is this going to fuck us up? And I took my chair, I pushed it back, I put my hands on my right close to the phone, and I go, I thought to myself, do I love this guy? Do I want him to be successful? Do I want him to have success? I said, yes. I said, Tom, tell me the number. I'm sitting like this. And he says, $20,000 this show. And I realize in a pinpoint where I am in this business, what my worth is and who I am. In the pecking order, my best friend is making 10 times more than me a night than I'm making a weekend. And I was like, fuck. And I was like, okay. And I was like, and it's heartbreaking to realize where you are. But in that moment, I decided I know who I am to this guy and I know what he is to me. And I can't be jealous of that. And so I said, okay. And he did the dates and I didn't. And at that moment, I'd been fired from Travel Channel. I took assessment of my career and where I was lacking. And I wasn't focusing on my podcast. I wasn't focusing on social media. I wasn't promoting, but I had learned how to edit and shoot. So I said, I'm just going to focus on me. I was in a deal at NBC to do a sitcom and I just dropped it. I didn't give a fuck about it. I focused on me and creating content. And in that time, Tom started fat shaming me. I started making content to combat the fat shaming. That started going viral, like viral for us at the time. And the fans picked up on it. I started moving more tickets. And then that New Year's Eve, the week of New Year's Eve, my machine story went viral. And I took everything I learned in those 3 months of like, find cool shit, put yourself in front of cool shit. That was my motto. It was like, find cool shit, get in front of cool shit. Rogan's cool shit. Get on Rogan, be fun on Rogan, deliver on Rogan. I found a show called Hot Ones. Reached out to Sean Evans. I said, your show's cool. If you ever have comics on, I'd love to be on it. And he's like, we only do like hip hop and basketball players, but like if we ever do comics, I'll hit you up. I found a show called Jesus and Miro. I found all these cool shit. And I just reached out, me to them. Hey, I'd love to be on your show. And I started doing that. And that next year, I sold out every show clean for the whole year. And I started working on myself. I focused on my podcast. Best friends like Tommy and Joe got me ad sales on my podcast. And I remember doing a podcast where my ad sales buyout was $1,300, I think, $1,300 or $1,500 a read. I did 7 reads, and I realized at my ad shares sale with my ad rep it was like 80-20 split. I made more, no managers, no agents. I made more in that podcast than I did on Travel Channel. And it fucked me up. I was like, I'm done.
You're done with
I'm
all
done
that
doing
shit.
television. This is the new business model. And then Tom and Joe were like, focus on your fucking podcast. Focus on your I think Bill Burr told me at one point, your show's not great. You're a great comic. Focus on your podcast. Focus on your stand-up. Joe and him, but all of them. And I had good friends around me to help me do my thing. I started doing Something's Burning. I started focusing on my podcast. I added video to my podcast. I hired an editor for my podcast, a producer. And then all of a sudden it just skyrocketed from there. And I took that business model of like, find cool shit, be around cool shit. Find the stuff that people are watching. I started reading Google Trends a lot. And I'd find out why things spiked and why I spiked. And I'd look for spikes and I'd say, I need 4 spikes a year. So I'd find 4 projects I could get associated with that would deliver a spike. Goddamn Comedy Jam, I sang a song with Scott Stapp on stage, big spike.
It sounded like you started to get much more strategic about
way more
But
strategic.
here's the lesson too out of this whole story. If Tom had not told you how much he was making, and he
I would
was
have thought he would be making $5,000, and it
and
wouldn't
you
have
would
mattered
have,
to me.
you would, your temperature, Ed Milet always says this,
Yeah.
your
why you just went on
temperature
there,
would
too.
have been 5,000.
Mhm.
But because you reframed your thinking and he told you 20, your temperature went up.
Yeah, but the other
And
thing is that
that's why it's important to be surrounded by people who are succeeding. And when you're surrounded by people who are succeeding, it makes your temperature go up. People are looking
the
at it the
other thing
wrong
is
way.
that
When
you
people
have-
get mad about people making more money than them, their goal should be to raise their temperature.
yeah, but a lot of
Yeah.
people look at it and get defeated, or they start being haters, or whatever. I think I was talking about this the other day. You either have to have a mindset where you're inspired by people like that, because if you're
Yeah.
defeated, then you're just fucked, and you're only fucking yourself.
I'm inspired. I've said this numerous times. I only hang around motherfuckers. Like, I only hang around motherfuckers.
Well, you scrape your tongue. I mean, you scrape your like you're doing your wellness. You're
Oh,
doing all
yeah.
your things that you need to do.
Oh.
You're constantly refining.
I said to
When
someone,
you told me you scraped your tongue, I was like,
yeah,
well, that's a winner.
I
Does.
said
He
to
scrapes
someone the
his
other,
tongue. He told me he scraped his
yeah,
tongue.
I scrub a tongue scraper.
By the way, anyone that doesn't scrape their tongue, you gotta scrape your tongue.
I often say I'm a mako shark surrounded by great whites. Like from afar, you think I'm a great white because makos look like great white.
No,
Look,
I think you're a great white.
I will take that as a compliment, and I'm not going to put away a compliment. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I think ultimately I'm a great white too, but I know that my best friends are the funniest humans in the world that are excelling at a next level. And if you surround yourself with those people, then the high tide raises all boats. And I'm telling you, when I have questions about business, Tommy's probably the first person I ever go to, but he's next level. I always bust his balls. Anyone listening, I always bust his balls. But game respects game. And Tommy is a brilliant businessman, a brilliant comedian, and a great podcaster. Joe Rogan is like a big brother to me. Like I look up to him more than I do probably anyone. I lean on him with it, whether it's health and wellness advice. Like legit, I left the cardiologist and I was like, I don't know what the fuck to do. I called Joe. Joe's like, dude, carnivore. I do carnivore. It's great for your liver enzymes. It gives your liver a break. Do carnivore. Give it a week. See how you like it. I've been carnivore now for 6 months. I'm down 45 pounds. I overweight ways to well. I'm on testosterone. I've got fucking all the cocktail. I take the cocktail every morning.
People love Ways to Well.
Oh, the Brighams. He texted me today.
I want to have
What's
that guy
ways
on.
to well?
They're out of Austin. They're fucking amazing.
I listened to that guy talk on a mic. Might have been on Joe.
He was on Joe.
That guy's just like, that guy's just like encyclopedia.
What's his name?
bonus.
Brigham.
Brigham, not
He's-
Gary Brecka. Who's that? What's
I don't know.
different? Okay.
Right, I know what you're talking about.
What out of everything that you've been through in your whole career, what's been the moment that you can pinpoint that was your biggest struggle?
Oh, it was that moment. It was that period of time. Leanne was redoing our house. I didn't know if I was going to have money to be able to. I didn't know I didn't have any income coming in. I got fired from on one day. On one day, we started demo on our house. I got fired from Travel Channel. She wanted me to get a vasectomy, and I don't think it was Sober October, and one more thing happened. Everything happened on one day, and then I got pulled off that tour. And in that day, I was like, and Christmas was coming, and I was like, do we have one big Christmas left, and then I've been a poor dad to Christmas. It really sucks. And I was like, what is this going to look? What's this year going to look like? And I was scheduled to do Oxnard for $25,000 for the weekend for New Year's Eve, and no one showed up. No one.
What do you do when you're a comic and no one shows up? Do you just use it as a tool to refine your skill?
No.
What do you do? What do you do?
You apologize. You apologize to the manager. You apologize to the wait staff.
Wait, actually, literally no one showed up, or there was like 2 people? Like, what do you mean?
No, the club was one of the bigger clubs they'd built. I think it seats like 475, and maybe 125 people showed up for New Year's.
That's something.
Well, it's not $25,000 guarantee. And so they lost money. And I got in the car that morning. I was going to do Rogan because Tom and I were doing fat shaming, that whole build up. We were doing a weight loss challenge, and we were going to weigh in 3 days straight on Rogan and see who lost the most weight. And the loser had to have his beard shaved. And I was panicked. I was going to get my beard shaved. And I drove home from New Year's Eve that morning, the New Year's Day. The sun was coming up. I was driving on the 101 listening to Creedence Clearwater Revival. And I thought to myself, this machine story just started going viral, like 3 million views. And I thought to myself, I think I can do this. I think I can let this be my low point and move forward from here. But that 3-month period, fucking homeless people were breaking into our house. I thought I did a gas leak with our fucking propane tank in our house. I mean, like, it was like a shit show of events. Of that 3-month period was my lowest of like, I said things I regret. I remember when I got fired from Travel Channel, the lady that fired me was like, we're not going to renew your contract. And I had been in a contract for like 6 years at Travel Channel, and it was good money. And I was like, okay. I go, what's that mean? And she goes, we're done using you. And I said, but like, okay, but can I still pitch shows to you? She was like, yeah, but we're probably not going to do them. And I was like, yeah, but I don't want to work with anyone else. What the fuck? I was like getting broken up with. And this poor woman sat on the phone like, this is awkward now. And I was like, I love you guys. It's like a family to me. And I was just hoping that she would say, well, maybe we'll do. I regret that so much. I wish I had just taken the phone call and been like, cool. I saw it coming. I knew it was coming. I'd gone to lunch with her, and in the middle of lunch, she left the table and went and sat with another table.
Oh, God.
When you look at you and all these high performers that you hang out with, what are things that you think make you and all these people so successful besides talent?
Don't listen to anyone. They don't listen to anyone. Joe Rogan. I hate that I talk about him as much as I do. You have to understand.
He's your best friend.
I love this guy like a brother. And you got to understand also, he changed my life. He's changed a lot of our lives. And he's been a real channel marker for us.
Indirectly, he changed like
the scope of media.
Yeah, I mean,
he said when he started his podcast, he was selling fleshlights. And everyone's like, dude, don't sell fleshlights. And he was like, yeah, but it's money coming into the podcast. It helps pay for the podcast. Joe didn't listen to anyone. People were like, why are you doing a fucking podcast? And he was like, it's fun. I like it. He didn't listen to anyone. And I think that's the one thing is like, trust yourself. When I started doing promo videos and really leaning into Instagram, there were comics that mocked me. Like mocked me, but they're like, what the fuck? I remember my special was coming out. I think it was Secret Time. And I wanted views on it. And I was thinking of all the different content I can do. And one of the content bits I wanted to do was take my camera to the store, interview all my friends that are way more successful than me, and ask them what the best way to watch a special is, so that I could have a clip of all 10 of your favorite comics, and then I could splice in whatever their answer was. I could have them make it sound like it was glowing about my podcast, right? Like it was going to be obviously noticeable, but it would be funny and light. So I did everyone. I did everyone that was there. I did everyone. And I remember I did Sebastian Maniscalco. Now, Sebastian's a private dude. I have to give that to him. But I did him, shot it in horizontal. I don't know why that matters to me. And Sebastian said to me at the end, how can you do this? I said, what? And he goes, aren't you humiliated? And I went, no. He goes, I would and he wasn't being rude. He was like, I could never do.
Genuinely curious about
He was like, I could never do what you're doing, to go and bring a comic, a friend, and with a camera. And what is this? And I said, I'm doing a promo. I told him my promo, and he goes, why do you do that? And I said, Sebastian, some of us have to like hustle to get views. Like, you're really talented and you're just fucking amazing. And I'm not that. I'm the guy that needs to hustle. So that's why I do it. I do it because no one's giving me anything. No one gave anything to Sebastian, but no one's definitely giving anything to me. And I'm fucking 44 and I'm a white dude dad who drinks a lot. Like, no one's like, that's the thing we need to watch. That's the hot new product that's been here for 20 fucking plus years. So like but those moments are like, I don't take them as insults. I take them almost as a compliment of like, yeah, I don't mind. Like, I don't mind doing a promo to promote dates. Because I know if you're a fan of mine and you see it, you're just excited to see that I'm coming to your city. And if you're not a fan of mine, well, then you're not coming to the show anyway. And if you don't like the promo, okay, I get it. But like, I'll give you another great example of not listening to anybody. I said for Sober October one year, we always do a physical challenge in our Sober Octobers. And I said one time, we should do hip hop dance for our challenge. And Joe's like, absolutely not. I said, no, we'll all learn. He goes, no, I know what you're saying, but I'm not learning a hip hop dance. He's like, we're going to look like fucking fools doing a hip hop dance. I said, no, but that would be fun if we all get with one dancer for the whole month and learn a dance. And then we all post our dance online. And then people get to vote on who the best hip hop dancer is. Joe, Tom, Ari, all of them are like, that is the dumbest idea. I didn't think it was a dumb idea. I still to this day, it
would get views.
Well, I shot it. I just said, I'm going to fucking do a hip hop dance. I got this girl, D Glazer, great dancer. Me and my daughter would share her videos with each other. And I reached out to her for $1,200. She coached me for a week on a dance. Then we went to a studio and I did my dance. I did a hip hop dance that she had choreographed to Post Malone. And at the last minute, I said, you know what we should do? Can you do one where you give me space on the side? And then let's scroll my tour dates and we'll announce my tour this way. That tour sold out in 15 minutes. And a month later, Tommy did a hip hop dance video. And he was like, It's not a bad idea. He sold his dates out in 5 minutes because now everyone knows the thing. And the day it released, it went like, I think it got like 6 million views that day. And everyone, all my buddies who texted me, dude, this is fucking hilarious. This is great. You can actually dance. Like, but I was like, I'm not going to listen to anyone. And then I started going, I'm not listening to anyone. I'm not even going to tell people my ideas anymore. I'm not going to run things by anyone. So the next tour, I hired a marching band. I said, come to my house. I'm going to shoot a promo. They're like, what are we going to do? I said, I don't know, figure it out. I got a cameraman, my cousin Andrew, stood on a ladder. I said, what song do you guys know? We didn't have any schedule, anything. I just have a marching band and pizza. And I said, I got them for like $2,400. And they go, we know Rubber Band Man. I was like, cool. Play it. And they're like, where? I go, I don't know. Stand around my pool. Stand around my pool. I'm going to go into the man. I got it. And then this is the best advice I'll ever give anyone. Just turn the cameras on and it'll show up. It'll show up. You just got to turn the camera on. Don't overthink it. Turn it on. So I stood in my man cave with weights. I was in my man cave shooting from outside my man cave. I'm doing shoulders. I have great shoulders. And I said, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Bert Kreischer, the machine. I got a big announcement. And I walked out of my man cave and I grabbed a whistle that was around my neck and I blew it. And the drummer came out behind me. And I go, we're going big this year. I got the, whatever it was called, Body Shots World Tour, whatever. I don't forget what it was. And then I stand in front of the band who's all surrounding my pool and they play Rubber Band Man and I dance just with a baton and they scroll the dates and that tour sold out immediately. And then I was like, fuck, there's a phrase I love. I'm using everything hoof to snout. I want the whole cow. So I got this band there. I was like, fuck it. Everyone in the man cave, we're doing another video. Fuck it. Everyone in my bedroom, we're doing another video. So we shot 3 videos with this one $2,400 investment that sold tickets because I knew once the tour sold out, you're adding shows. So I need a video for that. So we got on the treadmill and we shot that video. And then I just started doing that. And I kind of painted myself into a corner because, I mean, I've done it all. I've had synchronized swim teams at my house. Like I've done everything to promote tours. And then I got to a place where like the promoters would be like, and it's a cool place to be in control of your career, but the promoters would be like, yo, you want to do Red Rocks? And I was like, well, yeah, but at the time I could only move 5,000 seats. And they're like, yeah. I remember my agent was like, I bet you could do it. And I was like, you think? And he was like, I bet you can. Like, I wouldn't say that to any of my other clients, but I think you're up for the challenge. And I love a challenge. So then I brainstorm. I'm in Serbia shooting my movie. Red Rocks is on sale and nothing's happening. And I got 5,000 tickets sold, but not 10. And then I pull my tricep. I rip my tricep on my arm and I got it. I talked to the cardiologist or to talk to the surgeon and the anesthesiologist the night before the surgery. Anesthesiologist says, hey, what music do you want to go under to? I was like, I can pick music. And he was like, yeah. I said, Creedence Clearwater Revival's Fortunate Son. And I took my video, I took my camera, and they wheeled me into surgery. And I said, I'm not going to count backwards. I'm going to do a read. And I just want you to put me out in the middle of my read. So I rolled in. It's a great fucking video. I said, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Bert Kreischer. I just want to tell you I'm rolling into surgery. I'm nervous as fuck. I'm hoping to make it on the other side because if I do, I have Red Rocks coming up November 2nd. I will see you, Colorado, at Red Rocks. Sir, are you coming? And he goes, wait, where are you? This is a real conversation. He goes, you're at Red Rocks? I go, Jimmy Buffett's the night after me. He goes, you hear Creedence Clearwater Revival picking up in the background. He goes, I love Jimmy Buffett. I go, so and I dropped the phone. I came out of surgery, and the first thing I said is, did I get it? Is it on my phone? And the guy goes, you got it. We hit stop record. You got it. And I went, put it up. Red Rocks sold out clean in a day.
Amazing.
And so I love the challenge. I love the challenge of having to sell more tickets. I'll always say there's tickets available. Even if it's sold out, there's tickets available. Always. And it's why I created my festival, Fully Loaded. And I'll say this candidly, I have 32 of the greatest comics in the world on that festival, but the onus is on me to sell those tickets. They don't have it in their contract where they have to post anything. They do out of the kindness of their hearts, but ultimately they have a deal with me where I pay them to come just do comedy and I get to use their names to promote it. But I love that challenge. And it is to my detriment at times because I am so hyper-focused when we talk about how it's good to have you back. I was just like, whoom. And I would love fucking any video to promote anything. The idea, like the first time we did Fully Loaded, I came up with an idea of, that thing of, hey, I got a cool thing, I want to show it to you. And then you cover it up and then you pull it back and it's something else. Well, I had all the comics do the video and I gave them the copy, and they'd be like, "It's Bert Kreischer. I have a big announcement," and then it cut to Nikki Glazer, and then but it was my voice going on dot 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 dot. I got some of, and then it was Joey Diaz, and then it was Dave Attell, and then it was like, but it was like. It was a really cool video, and it sold tickets. And
You're very resourceful with your approaches. You're creative.
I love the creativity. I will tell you this. You guys have been to my podcast studio. That house gives me so much purpose because I walk into it, and it's so full of life. It's all filled with women. I love working with women, but it's so filled with energy. I mean, we did a promo that I think it's got like 6. I don't know what it has, but I said, well, we got to promote the Tops Off World Tour. How do we do that? And I was like, I'm always topless, but what if I had a top on and then I had all the women in my office topless, but covered like Austin Powers style? And so we went through, and I was like, we got a big tour. Tell them what's going on. And then Rachel's got a poster in front of her boobs. She goes, hey, where are we supposed to put this poster? I go, don't worry about the poster. We'll take care of that later. Guys, we have tours. And it went through all the women, and then it ended with Leanne with 2 boxing gloves over her tits going, it's a fight of your life or something. But I love that energy.
I don't think I could get away with that promo in this office. I think I would be.
Dude, the funnest
lock me up.
The funnest thing ever is like and that's the other thing is like, don't listen to anyone, and don't even like get in your head about stuff, because just shoot it. And if it's bad, no one sees it. So who gives a fuck? But if it's good, they see it. Thanksgiving this last year, me, Vic, Peter, and Rachel sat down in front of a green screen, and I was like, what are we going to do? Let's shoot something. What do we want to shoot? And I think it was either me or Vic who was like, we should do like how to drink yourself through the Thanksgiving. And I was like, oh, that's a good idea. How do we do that? And I was like, well, Vic's like, how would you want to do it? And it's a collaboration for real. It is a collaboration of all of us kind of brainstorming an idea. And we did this video for Thanksgiving of like, it's your family's around. Here's how you start your day. You start your day with sneaky beer that no one sees. And we just kind of tracked out your drinking, and it did huge numbers for us. But that energy, that's the reason I got into this business. Like, to make fun stuff and put out cool shit. And there were times as a dad that I would get a water slide and put it in our front yard with the sole purpose of shooting a promo, where I'd go, girls, invite your friends over. Just heads up, Georgia, you're gonna need to hold the camera. And I did a video to promote Australia where I had a bunch of kids, 9-year-olds in bikinis going, Ollie, Ollie, oi, oi, Ollie, Ollie, oi, oi.
You know what? I love it. I love it. I don't think could you get away with it now?
I told you, Bert, you're fucking killing it, man.
I'm not killing it. Killing it's a perspective. I think there are people who feel like it goes back to that young influencer, young comic who gets it all. They feel like they're killing it, and they own it, and they're like, this is me. I think one of the good things about me is I constantly think I'm not there yet. So I'm constantly thinking, all I'm thinking about right now is Tucson, Arizona, January 18th. That's all I'm thinking about.
Tucson, Arizona, January 18th.
I'm thinking about El Paso, San Antonio, Amarillo. I have tour dates on my head.
So you're going to be in San Antonio.
Can I ask a question?
Please.
Do you know who our next guest is after you?
Who?
Aren't they friends?
I think so. Stamos?
I love John Stamos.
Probably right out there right now.
No.
I know. I was just going to say, I didn't even get to ask you any of your wellness stuff.
Oh, my wellness
you're gonna
stuff
come back.
is...
No, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Can you see if he's out here? If he's not out here, I want to still ask him about his wellness
I want
stuff.
you and Leanne, now that I've gotten both of you
John
separately.
Stamos is beautiful.
I know.
He's
my
beautiful.
childhood crush. No, he would be on the couch. Okay.
Keep the door open. We'll see
keep
him.
the door open.
Yeah.
But anyways,
he looks phenomenal.
I have a bag for Lauren's head later.
Okay.
You have a what?
A bag for her head.
Oh, we had Rob Lowe come to the house.
That's another good one.
Every woman in our office was like,
John
anyone.
Stamos is
Probably
better.
every man too.
They're both fucking beautiful.
Can I, before John comes, can I get your wellness tips?
No, just keep going.
My wellness
God damn it!
tips.
I could podcast with him for another 2 hours.
Oh, I'm a better guest than I am host. My wellness tips, honestly, are I'm very grateful for having played sports as a kid, because I love being physical. My biggest wellness tip is working out in the morning. Matter how you feel.
You're athletic, I heard.
I'm sneaky athletic.
But I feel like you're good at randomly almost every sport. You can jump into golf.
I'm a really good
baseball.
golfer. I play baseball. When we did the fully loaded tour at baseball stadiums, I was like, I was like, I want to take some BP. And the guy pitching to me is like, I hit one off the fence. And he was like, that's with no pace. David tell about $100 I couldn't hit out of the infield. I'm fucking going yard. I went out to my high school when I was doing the Emily, and the kids were like, yo, take batting practice. And I was like, I'm hitting a home run. And I sat up there for 30 pitches until I hit a fucking home run.
It seems like you tell yourself you're going to do something and you do it.
You've heard my story about the LA Marathon. Oh, I told Rogan and Tom and Ari I could run the LA Marathon with no training at all. And they were like, absolutely not. And I was like, easy. And they're like, prove it. I went, all right, signed up for the marathon, no training, other than like getting on the treadmill and doing like.
Didn't we talked about, but this is like similar to like
Little
that
bit
Dan
on something.
Bilzerian story when he's like, I could ride my bike to.
Yeah, I love that energy. I love it. I almost become a little bit of a heel in those moments because Joe is so grounded in reality when it comes to athletic abilities. And I was like, I can do it because I know that there's a mind over matter thing. And I was like, all I have to do is decide to put one foot in front of the other for the next 5 hours. And I will do that. People have done worse.
You also seem like someone that thrives off of when people tell you can't.
I love it.
Wait, I want to know, like, from a micro standpoint, what your wellness is. You scrape your tongue every morning. My friend at 50 just started scraping his tongue. He told me that like animals came off his tongue.
I will sometimes notice that if I'm not feeling well, it's because my mouth isn't clean enough.
Huh.
Yeah, but
I can lower your blood pressure too. So they say.
Yeah, well, that and pills. I do sauna.
Okay.
Every day. I do
You
cold
sun your
plunge.
butthole.
I sun my butthole.
Yeah.
I get morning sun, but I like it because I do my gratitude. Then I journal every day. I journal more now that when I'm in and out of drinking because I think it helps ground me. But I'm on. I wish I knew all the stuff I was on. I'm on a cocktail of vitamins all through Ways to Well.
Okay.
I'm on testosterone. I'm a big proponent of tons of water before sleep. This isn't politically correct, but we used to say that's the Native American alarm clock because before they go to war, they drink a ton of water. So they woke up early because you got to piss. So like, that's how I wake up by having to piss.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. And so, but working out, I work out hard. Like I work out until I throw up. Like I work out until I get like physically burnt.
I got to be honest, out of every single person that I've heard listens to the Skinny Confidential, him and her podcast, when you started repeating things back to me that we said, I was shocked.
Oh yeah.
You're not like the picture of the person that I picture listening.
No, I'm not. I have other things that I'm like really into, and like I don't want to become an old man who only listens to old music. So I just recently started try to get into bands I'd never heard of, like really get into a band.
Okay.
And that's really fun, is discovering something new and then falling in love with it. It's really cool. So
but you love a morning routine. You love a nighttime.
I love morning routines, and I love now my evening is like around sunset. I'll hit my vape pen once.
Okay.
And that'll help me not drink.
Okay.
And then I kind of detox my night. I'll have a cigar maybe. And I sit in gratitude in my backyard, and I go to bed listening to podcasts.
I mean, I think people have you wrong with that. When I learned what a routine, you're militant.
Oh, I only wear one type of shirt. You only see me in James Purse.
Yeah.
Only.
I only wear James Purse.
I like a James Purse better. I'm wearing a John Elliott shirt now, but then I saw you wearing James
I like
Purse.
James Purse
I got a
better.
little jealous because that's such a softer shirt.
Oh,
Yeah,
such a great shirt.
It's better.
I have a little, I like certain things, and I like having my things. I only fly in tracksuits. I have rituals before I fly. Like,
what's your ritual?
Everyone get ready to be freaked out.
I love it. I can't wait.
So I get in the shower. I wash my hair and all of my body, feet included. I keep the soap on my hair, my beard, and my body.
Okay.
And I get down in a squatting position and I visualize a successful flight. I say, let's get there. And then I visualize in my eyes, Burbank to Salt Lake, Burbank to Salt Lake, Burbank to Salt Lake. And then I do 6 clear takeoffs from every direction. And then I go Burbank to Salt Lake, Burbank to Salt Lake. And then I do 6 landings from every direction. And then one more time for dexterity, I go Burbank to Salt Lake, Burbank to Salt Lake. Then I surround myself 3 times in a coil of love. And then I surround everyone in my family, Georgia, Isla, Leanne, our dogs, our cat outside, Isla's cat upstairs. I do my sister, her husband, their 2 kids, their 2 dogs. I do my sister, her boyfriend, my parents, and then I do a big loop around all of us. And then I end on 3 coils around myself, and I center it in the center of my head with a spike. And then I say a prayer. I kiss my cross, and then I rinse off, and I'm ready to fly.
No wonder you liked my morning routine.
Every time.
You like very detailed. Leanne said that comedians they ruminate and they're OCD.
Oh, hardcore. When I get a joke in my head, it's all I think about. And like you're trying to untangle a necklace, and I just chew on it and chew on it and chew on it. And I what was the joke the other day I was trying to write is my dog loves my dick. And because my dog saw my dick and he freaked out. Like I've never had anyone care about my dick that much.
He liked it.
He saw it and was like, why are we just bringing this out now? and Leanne was laughing, and the dog, we have a 150-pound bull mastiff, 2 of them. And so,
did you have peanut butter on it?
No, that does work though. I had to hold it away from my dog because my dog was so into it. And so when that happened, I wrote that in my head, and then I started ruminating about like, I could be a bit, my dog, and then I'm just saying my dog loves my dick. My dog loves my dick. And then I'm just going in my head the whole day. I think about it. I chew it. It's fun. I do it with stories.
Do you meditate?
No.
You don't meditate?
We talked about that.
I do the Calm app every now and then.
Okay.
But I'm always afraid someone's going to throw something in my face.
What do you mean?
Like if I'm afraid that I'll be like this, and then I'll come up and scare the shit out of me or someone. So
your dog will start sucking your dick.
Yeah, my dog will start sucking my dick. By the way, that dog, I've seen him go after a bone. It would be that dog has got a fucking. You've seen Priss is our old dog, Max Mouth. But I love thinking of a problem. I love fantasizing. Today I was taking a shower and I just found, oh my God, the most beautiful man in town.
Oh my gosh, what a fun collaboration.
John Stamos, everybody.
Hi, it's so nice to meet you.
John, pleasure to meet you.
My
Michael,
pleasure.
pleasure to meet you.
These people are too good looking, including you. I thought about you today.
No.
Yeah, I was in bed. I saw you on Instagram. I said, I haven't talked to you.
I saw Bob passed like 2 years ago yesterday. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Sorry, man.
No, it wasn't. Come here, grab a seat. We'll sit together.
Yeah, I mean.
Here, take this one.
Sit down.
Thank you. Bert, I'm high.
Hi.
You're high?
I don't like the two good looking, both of them.
I'm high.
You are?
No.
I got high this morning.
We're going to talk about
I just want to know who has a better hairline, you or Michael.
Michael is very good, but sort of vampire. I mean, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I call it,
Hold
what
on.
do Teresa
Maybe I
Judice?
could get some tips because I like the way this thing just flows.
No, let's start
If there's
with,
anyone I'm going to take some
you
tips
guys
from.
haven't gotten a chance to smell him yet. You smell phenomenal.
Well, usually.
Phenomenal. You smell like my car when I was a kid and we go to the beach. What are you wearing? What are you wearing? What are you wearing?
Bert's Car Beach club.
How do you guys know each other?
We did a podcast together. By the way, I'm a huge fucking fan. I'm a huge fucking fan.
We did his podcast. I did his podcast. He was very
Two Bears.
kind to me. It was so nice.
I read your entire book.
You did?
And I harassed people to reach out to you.
Oh, thank you.
We're going to get into it.
His book is so good.
I listened to it. I listened to it. Yeah.
You listened to you actually consume a lot of content.
But fast, right? You did it on.
I did it. It was fast, so it sounded like he was on coke.
No, I read it on my Kindle.
Oh, thank you very
I
much.
loved it. It was so good.
I know you guys
so
knew each other, so we're waiting for you to see each other.
Oh, so cool. I'm sorry.
I told him, I said, open the door. I just want to say hi, and then I'll leave and I'll let you guys
Do
do your
you want to
podcast.
tell John about your routine that you do in the shower before you fly?
Oh, no.
Do you want to tell him about how your dog blew you?
No, no, Bob would love that joke. My dog loved my dog.
That Bob had. Bob's. Remember, he had a song called "My Dog Licked My Balls." Excuse me, ladies. Sorry.
See?
Oh,
So
trust
just
me.
about
It's normal.
That's
This
fine.
happens.
Yeah. Sorry. Talk about yours.
No. My dog loves my dick.
So how you guys know each other because you did a podcast together?
I did his podcast, but you were so kind and you were so smart
You're
too.
the best. You're the fucking best.
I was a fan before, and I was a fan of you guys. We'll
Thank
get
you.
into that. What was I going to say? But we weren't drinking, and then I look on Instagram, and you're on a boat, with your shirt off like normal, and booze, right?
Yeah, I've had some booze.
But you do look
I've had some
skinny. You've
booze.
lost weight since the
45
last
pounds.
time.
45 pounds. Yeah.
Yeah, you look really skinny. It's probably hard to be skinny in this day and age, though, because everyone automatically thinks you're on Ozempic.
He
Huh?
is.
Yeah, no.
No. But does everyone say that to you?
No one ever asked. They think I got my stomach stapled. They think I'm smart enough to use Ozempic.
And it's actually the carnivore diet.
It's a carnivore diet. I'm 100% carnivore. Although I smell horrible, I think, these days. You smell.
smell.
Really?
Yeah, I really can't.
Well,
I think I had COVID like years ago, and it took my smelling out. Sorry.
Oh, well, you smell great. He says you smell great.
I've had COVID 7 times.
You this week? That wasn't that funny. When you can make a brilliant comic like this guy laugh, that's a good thing.
Well, thank you for giving me my first Zen pack. He gave me nicotine on air
Okay, good.
that dispersed in my mouth, and then I had to take it out. I don't really know what that was, but it did get me a little high.
Yeah, it's a nice buzz.
Before John comes on the show, pimp yourself out. Tell
Bert,
us
you
where
can
to
come back
find you.
anytime, brother.
No, please,
I could have
please.
talked to you for 6 hours.
We'll come out to the. I don't have any tickets to sell. I don't think. No. Like the Austin show is sold out, but Tops Off World Tour.
Why Austin?
yeah. What about
Flying
LA?
up the jet.
I don't. I'm doing the Forum May 11th.
Okay.
I'm doing.
Forum.
Yeah.
Yeah, no big
doing-
deal.
Did
doing
you
the.
ever, if you would have told me that you would be doing did you ever think you'd play the Forum?
I mean, that's pretty
If you
big deal.
told me I'd be sitting next to John Stamos, I'd be like, no, but for real, that's like
Oh, we have to
crazy.
get a
Hey, what do you
picture
think
of
we're
him.
thinking?
I know, right?
Yeah.
No, I'd never thought this would happen in my career. But I think that's why I think that's the good thing. Like you've said that to me, that like, John was legit just a kid from Orange County, just a kid from Irvine, like just a kid. And like, it wasn't like, you know this from his book, but wasn't this massive stud growing up? And then when you say, if you thought you were a heartthrob, did you ever think that was going to happen?
No, never.
When we told people that we were interviewing John Stamos, every single girl's eyeballs popped out of their head.
I think The Office is on. The Office is
Yeah.
buzzing today.
Yeah.
I know that one girl out there, Jane. Is that her name, Jane?
Yeah. I think all of them are. Their tongues are
Are you
wagging.
in town for a while?
Oh yeah. But no, that's for later in the episode.
No, I
but
leave
will.
tomorrow. I go to Mexico to go
Bert,
see the
I love
Grateful
you,
Dead.
buddy.
You gotta
Thank
do your
for-
ritual.
Thank you for doing this.
Where can everyone find you? Where can they watch you?
Go to Bertcast, go to bertbertbert.com. And like I said, Tops Off World Tour starts in Tucson, ends in Austin
We'll come in
May.
Austin.
And then I shoot my special in July, and then I'm taking a fucking break.
Good for you.
Good for you, brother.
Thanks
I'm
for
gonna
coming
come see
on.
you at the Forum.
Please,
Okay.
please, please. I'd love to have you.